You have an ancient power within you, an ancient drive, an unstoppable burning desire that has carried humanity through hundreds of thousands of years of evolution. This deep drive compels you to assert yourself into the world, to assert your ideas into the world, to assert your brilliance into the world, to assert your purpose into the world, to impose your will onto the world, to look out into the world and see the way that the world is, but then use your intelligence and your drive and your determination and your creativity to impose your will onto the world and change it into the way you think the world should be. That is your purpose, a very, very ancient purpose. This was absolutely necessary back in the days of hunter-gatherers. Everybody had to assert themselves as much as they could. You had to assert yourself as much as you could with ruthless confidence and never-ending determination. You might have experienced remnants of this feeling back in the days of hunter-gatherers, where everybody was ruthlessly asserting their ideas into the collective, to assert their will, to impose their will onto the collective consciousness of society. Because whoever was able to best assert yourself into the collective consciousness of society got back the best rewards. It was a competitive process, a viciously competitive process, but it was not a zero-sum game. Everybody benefited. Everybody was uplifted. Everybody was transformed as this collective consciousness was always evolving, because people like you relentlessly were able to assert your ideas into the collective consciousness. You might have felt remnants of this today, faint echoes of this structure. If you've ever been in a group of friends having a lively conversation, everybody's competing to get their ideas out there into the collective. My idea, yeah, but my idea. The best opinion, the funniest joke, the most insightful comment. This is not a zero-sum game, even though it is playfully competitive. Everybody benefits. Everybody is uplifted when you assert yourself into the world. But there's a tragic difference between the way things used to be and the way things are. The tragic difference is that back then, everybody knew everybody. Everybody grew up with everybody. Everybody risked their lives together every day. Everybody celebrated successes together every day. Everybody suffered losses together all the time. Today, it's much, much different. Back then, there was zero fear. There was zero social anxiety. There was zero inhibition. You were able to assert yourself fearlessly into the collective, fearlessly and consistently without restraint. This is your natural state, to get an idea in your head, even a half-baked idea, and push it out into the world with as much ruthless, uninhibited charisma as you can. Today, it's different. We're surrounded by strangers. We all go through a childhood experience of expressing ourselves and being told no, and expressing ourselves and being told no, and expressing ourselves and being told no. So everybody walks around today surrounded by strangers, hampered by this memory of that says, if I express myself, I'll be told no. A memory that lives in our subconscious and keeps us shackled by fear. Your great power to assert yourself is being kept locked up in a cage of fear. This is why everybody today doesn't really remember this ancient power that everybody has. This is why everybody lives lives of quiet desperation, a deep sinking suspicion that you are here for a great purpose, but too afraid to express that purpose. Most people will never understand this dynamic. Most people will never appreciate this dynamic. But because of your experience, because of your creativity, because of your insights, because of all the things you've been through in life up to right now, you understand this dynamic more than most. You can appreciate this dynamic more than most, which means you have a huge advantage. You can look out into the world and see all the people and realize consciously that they are all the same. Everybody has a story they're dying to tell. Everybody has a story they're dying to tell to somebody like you who will listen to them. Beyond this artificial outer mask that we keep to protect ourselves. If you look at people and look through that outer mask into this ancient part of them that wants to express themselves and build out that ancient part of them carefully and delicately and patiently, they will feel better than they have in a long time. If you become curious about what their story is, if you become curious about how you can exploit this idea, you will make them feel better than they ever have in their entire lives. This is the prime directive of being a human, is to assert ourselves into the world in hopes of getting the rewards back from the world. But everybody wants to do this, and at the same time, we are terrified to do this. So if you can elicit the story from them and help them get it out, it will reawaken this ancient drive in them, which will make them feel fantastic. It will feel to them like a drug, a social drug, a love drug, a confidence drug that they've never felt before. And they will associate this drug with you. They will recognize you as the one who set them free. Subconsciously, they will believe that you are the cause of this drug. So that when you build out their inner brain, when you build out their inner story, when you expand, elicit, and validate their mental maps, they will feel the best they've ever felt in their lives, and they will associate that feeling with you, and then they will do anything you want.